Hello lovely people, and welcome back to this second update of my Project Pan 19 in 2019. This is the last update I'm going to have before the grand final in the end of the year. So let's go through the products. If you're curious about the products that I had originally included in this Project Pan video and also my first update, then I am going to leave here up in the cards for you both videos to check them out if you're curious. Also, if you're curious why Nicola isn't here to supervise this next Project Pan update, the reasons are two and they're very simple. One, he's at daycare, and two, at this point in his life, there is absolutely no way I could keep him still on my lap for the duration of this video. Now let's move on to the project update, because there has been progress. I have managed to pan 4 more of the products that I had included in my original video. So let's start with the foundation type of product. I finally managed to finish my little sample here of the IT Cosmetics CC cream. I had mine in the shade Light, I believe. There might be more product in here that I could potentially squeeze out if I, cut the packaging and really scooped it out, but I don't really go this kind of length for anything, so I have just moved on from this product. It was okay. It was a little bit too dark for my skin, even though it's the light version. The formula is actually quite nice. I did enjoy this, but IT Cosmetics is not a brand that I am like super into or that I would feel compelled to repurchase from. So I was happy to try this sample, but I am not going to go out of my way to go and purchase a full size of this, because there are other foundations in my collection now that I enjoy much more. The next product that I managed to pan, and I'm really proud of myself for it, is the RMS Beauty. Sorry, this packaging is totally blinding my camera, but this is the RMS Beauty Undress Loose Translucent Powder. Oh, it's not undress, it's unpowder, excuse me. Anyway, who cares? It is a beautiful finishing powder. The only ingredients here are silica and mica, so the powder is very blurring, and it does give you that Photoshop effect. I was trying to pan this powder because I'm just not a huge fan of loose finishing powders, she said, and went on to purchase that Pat McGrath loose powder because Pat McGrath. But, aside from that, I did enjoy using this powder. It did have a little bit of a white cast if I overused it, especially in the summer and I had a tan. But that being said, I did really like it. It gave me exactly what I wanted, which is blurring a little bit of my pores and making my skin look a little bit more photoshopped, keeping my oil production at bay. So all in all, a really good powder. Definitely not on the cheaper side of products. RMS Beauty is definitely not a cheap brand. The packaging is also not very luxurious feeling given the price. I think this was at least around the €30 mark. So it's not a product that I'm going to go out and repurchase, because I have other powders that I would like to go through, but I'm really proud of myself for finishing this one, because it took some time, longer than I expected actually. Okay, moving on to a category where I am almost finished with everything that I had included originally, and those are the glitter glues. I have Darling Girl glitter glue over here, which is essentially gone. I could, like I said, squeeze out the last little bits of it, but nobody got time for that. I also finished my ultra old and very rubbed off, even from the packaging, Pixie Epoxy from Firini. In fact, I already have a new full size of this because this is my favorite glitter glue. I have the tiniest little bits here left from my Notoriously Morbid Shadow Bind. I don't know whether you can see, there's a tiny bit here on the bottom left. So this is still not out of the project pan. I'm going to try to use all of it up before I throw it away. So basically with these 4 products, which I'm holding very awkwardly, we are concluding the portion of the video which shows you the products that I finished. So this is 4 more products out of my project pan and out of my collection. I've been trying to pan this Notoriously Morbid eyeshadow in So Goes My Nation since the beginning of the year. I use this eyeshadow as my brow bone highlight pretty much every day this year, and it is like a skin tone type of eyeshadow. It has a matte formula to it, and I have not even a full size. I think this is an ultra mega full size version or something, because at some point this was my favorite eyeshadow to use on my brow bone, and I didn't want to pan it anytime soon, so I ordered a really huge size of it. But now that I have moved on a little bit from loose eyeshadows, I want to get rid of it and buy just something in a pressed form. I feel pretty confident that this is going to be gone by the end of the year, so I think by my next update this is going to be gone. Okay, let's move on to foundation, because there's going to be a little bit of a story here, and hopefully it's not going to be cheating, but there's going to be some swapping here. I originally had included the Estee Lauder Double Wear Light Foundation in the Intensity 2.0 in this project pan. This is my favorite foundation and I was confident that I could pan it in a year if I used it consistently. I have stopped using it consistently, not because I don't love it, not because it's not my favorite foundation, but because those mofos at Estee Lauder decided to reformulate this foundation. When I started panning it, I was only aware of them, you know, kind of relaunching this foundation in more shades, and I was really happy that not only are they going to include more shades, but it's kind of staying in the range of Estee Lauder, because there were some rumors that it's going to be discontinued. Now, in my mind, those rumors were true. It has been discontinued because now it's essentially a different foundation with the same name. So I no longer want to pan this foundation. I want to have it in my collection to enjoy for as long as possible. Of course, I'm not going to like put it aside and never use it. I am going to use it, just not as often to grant panning it within the next few months. Which is why I'm going to substitute it for a foundation that I like but I don't love and I would prefer to have out of my collection sooner rather than later. And that is the Hourglass Vanish Stick Foundation. It's absolutely gorgeous packaging. Mine is in the shade Buff. You kind of click it out like this. Like I said, it's an okay foundation, but it performs very inconsistently on my skin. One day it looks flawless and the other day it doesn't. Frankly, it is also not my favorite type of formula. I really don't like the way that this foundation applies when I use it with a sponge or with a brush. I just really don't like applying this foundation. So I would rather have this gone from my collection by the end of the year. I don't know whether I will manage, but I am using it now very consistently, so let's see how much progress I can make. As far as finishing powder goes, I had included this Kat Von D setting powder in translucent because I wanted to get rid of it. Just in case you guys are new to my channel and you don't know my stance on Kat Von D and why I'm showing her products, Kat Von D and her anti-vax stance can go fuck herself. I want to pan this product because I don't want to be reminded of her stupidity, but at the same time I don't want to waste my money and throw this away. So I want to get rid of this powder, but I have no idea how that's gonna happen because I don't use it. Moving on to a project where I've actually made some really good progress, and that is the Sunkissed bronzer from Makeup Geek Cosmetics. I showed you already in my last update that I have actually made a pan on this powder, and I'm just now working on increasing this pan. Am I going to be able to finish this by the end of the year? Unlikely, because it is not the only bronzer that I use, but I do think that I had slowed down a little bit during the summer using this bronzer because it is not a shade that I use a lot in the summer when I'm a little bit more tan. So maybe now that I'm going to use it a bit more, I'm definitely going to increase the size of the pan and that will be enough for me, but I don't think I'm going to actually pan it. Another product that I am making good progress on, but I don't think I'm going to pan, is the shades Eclipse and Lyra from the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm panning these two shades over here, which also happen to be my two favorite shades of highlighter from ABH and potentially two of my favorite highlighters ever in my collection. I'm not trying to get rid of them because I don't love them. I'm just, you know, using them with joy, with the back thought that if I ever pan them, I'm going to repurchase them. Now, that being said, even though I use them fairly consistently, it seems like it's not as easy to pan a highlighter as you might think, because while I see huge dips in both pans and I think I'm going to hit pan on both of them by the end of the year, I'm not sure they're going to actually finish by then. So we're going to see. There is good progress on the Aurora Glow Kit from ABH, but I am not quite sure that there's actually going to be an empty pan for you to witness in the end of the year. And with this we conclude the successful part of this project pan video, and we can move on to the walk of shame, which for me is the lip products. There's one missing over here just because it's in my bag, so I'm just going to quickly mention it. The walk of shame starts with a product that I actually don't have with me because it currently resides in my bag in the hopes that I'm going to use it more often, which is not the case, and that is the Universal Lip Gloss from Fenty Beauty. I don't remember the name. I'm going to include a picture with the name somewhere on the screen for you to see. There's no point showing you the actual lip gloss because I have made zero progress with it. I've used it like twice since the last time that I had a project pan update, so there's not going to be any pan on that one anytime soon. Just like there isn't going to be any pan with any of the lip products that I had chosen for this project pan, because now that I know what it's like to pan lip products when you are not committed to them only and you like to use a variety of other things, including lip products in my project pen was just fucking stupid. I'm never going to do that ever again. The next product that I have made absolutely no progress with, but I do use only on occasion, is the Jeffree Star lipstick in the shade Pumpkin Pie. It is my favorite liquid lipstick ever. I have broken up with liquid lipsticks. I just no longer enjoy using them. I have decluttered or thrown away because they have dried out most of the ones that I have, and I don't think I'm going to be using this one much until the end of the year, so there isn't going to be any pen here either. The next lip product that I had included in this project pen is the Pat McGrath Flash 3 Lip Fetish Sheer Color Balm. Gorgeous packaging, beautiful color. I do actually use this lip balm quite a bit, but I don't think there's going to be any pen here either, because I just like to switch up my lips every day. You cannot pan a lip product unless you use it very consistently. So, let me show you the one that I think made the most progress on, and that is my Urban Decay lipstick in the shade Ravenswood. Ravenswood is a gorgeous neutral color that I like to wear quite often, and my only indication of how far I am is reaching the Urban Decay logo on the bullet of the lipstick. I am pretty close, and honestly at the end of the year I'll just be happy to have finally reached and like used up some of that logo, because even though I love this lipstick and I have used it quite consistently in the past few months, I'm not going to pan it. Just let's forget about panning any of the lip products that I included in this project pan. This pretty much wraps up my second update for my 19 in 2019 project pan that I started in the beginning of this year. I have to say I'm pretty proud of myself. Progress has definitely been made. I have gotten rid of a lot of the products that I had originally included in this project pan, and I am really happy that I'm kind of consistently following through with trying to use them up a little bit more often than I normally would. That being said, I'm also not being too hard on myself. Project pen going, are you currently doing one? Do you feel like you're making progress? Let's just talk about our project pens in the comment section below. I've really missed talking to you guys. So yeah, let's just talk about it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more content from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!